I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with a little movie review, and this week I want to talk about Team America World Police. There are very few films which I would class as a absolutely classic comedy, and when I think of my favourite comedies, the list is very slim. Things like Dumb and Dumber and Team America jump out to me, and I can't really think of 10. Now, for those of you that don't know, Team America is made by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who are of course the creators of South Park, and it's a parody of how sometimes the rest of the world can view America in the way they impose their military and politics into certain regions. Nowadays, I guess some people would call this film woke, but Trey Parker and Matt Stone don't like anything. You know, they're not woke, they're not anything. They hate everything, so don't call any of their films woke. If they're criticising something, there's genuinely a fair reason for it, and you need to take your medicine when you're watching media made by the South Park creators. Now, the other genius thing about this film is that it's done with puppets, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone famously went to Paramount and said they want to remake the movie Armageddon with puppets because they felt that the script to Armageddon was so ridiculous, all they had to do was replace the actors with puppets to point out the ridiculousness of it. Paramount said no to that, so Trey Parker and Matt Stone went home and wrote this script, and in my opinion it is one of the best parodies of all time. The fact that they use puppets literally brings a laugh a minute to this film, and if you're paying attention, there's so many Easter eggs scene by scene, because even though they are using puppets, they also try to use real objects as props within the sets. So if you're paying attention, you'll notice small things here and there which are actual things they've just chose to use as a prop for a miniature set. Also, they had some quite cool technology going on with the puppets. I remember watching the DVD special features to this movie, and it showed that they had the puppets' mouths synced to microphones so they could still improvise dialogue and try things out, and with every take the puppets would still be speaking their improvised lines due to the technology of them being synced to noises through the microphone. And not only does this film parody politics well, it also parodies these celebrities who feel like they have some high and mighty opinions and can truly change the world, and they're not just famous actors paid to act. It really goes hard on the self-righteous celebrities, and I love that aspect of the film. Also, it's a very ballsy play to have a Korean dictator as the antagonist in your movie, and on top of that, give him his own solo songs, so you know, much credit to them for doing that. And while I'm on the subject, this soundtrack is perhaps one of my favourite of any movie ever. Almost every single song in it is hilarious, especially within the context of the scene they use it in the movie, and so many times when I'm just sitting chilling, a little line from one of the songs of Team America pops into my head. Another reason I love this film is because I'm such a huge fan of practical effects, as you guys know, and because this is done with puppets, every single set was actually there. They built it and stuff. So it's almost like looking into dioramas as you watch this movie, and you appreciate the craftsmanship going on to build these sets that the puppets are on. And they make sure to cross their T's and dot their I's. They've obviously sat and thought about what scenes would be funny to just parody with puppets, such as a puppet slow motion Matrix fight sequence or a puppet sex scene. And all these things have been thought up by the South Park guys, and they've made sure to use the puppet acting in the best way possible through the entire film. There's so many lines and punchlines and little bits of dialogue I also want to just start quoting and gushing about, but for those of you that never got round to seeing it, I don't want to spoil a single joke. But for those of you that have seen it, one of my favourite jokes of all time is the hammer joke. If you know, you know. I'm not spoiling anything by putting it like that. It's genius. And when you stand back and look at the whole project, they actually have managed to cram a lot of things into one comedy to make fun of. They're parodying Thunderbirds. They're parodying stupid Hollywood action blockbusters like Armageddon. They're parodying politics and the way America is perceived by the world. They're parodying self-righteous celebrities. They're parodying soundtrack. They are just taking hits at people from every single angle ago, and it is absolutely glorious and hilarious to watch. So if you've never checked it out, do yourself a favour and watch Team America tonight, and comment under this if you don't laugh at least once. Feel free to call me a wrong loser or something. And until next time, if you've liked this video, click like, subscribe, comment down below, come over to the Patreon, sign up and help support me personally. I have been BA. Peace.